Hey everyone, welcome back to the Quick Learn podcast, where we help you learn English faster, smarter, and with a smile. I'm Hazel, and today we're talking about something powerful, something that sounds scary at first, but can completely change your life. Today's episode is called Destroy Your Comfort Zone. If you stick with me till the end, you'll not only learn useful English words and phrases, but you'll also feel more brave, ready to do new things, speak more confidently, and grow in ways you never thought possible. Let's jump right in. What is a comfort zone? Let me explain it in a simple way. Your comfort zone is a place where everything feels safe and familiar. You wake up, follow the same routine, and do what you always do. There's no stress, no big challenges. It feels nice, like sitting on a soft, warm couch. You're relaxed, you feel in control. But here's the truth. If you stay in that cozy place for too long, your life won't change, you won't grow, you won't become stronger, because growth only happens when you step outside of what feels easy. Let me share a personal story with you. A few years ago, I had a dream. I wanted to speak English confidently. I wanted to have real conversations, travel, and connect with people around the world, but I was afraid. I was shy. I didn't want to make mistakes. I was scared people would laugh at me or judge me. So I avoided speaking. I stayed in my comfort zone. I studied English alone, reading books, watching videos, memorizing grammar rules. But guess what? I wasn't improving. I knew vocabulary, I knew grammar, but when it came to speaking, I couldn't do it. My mouth froze. My confidence disappeared. One day, I looked at myself in the mirror and said, "Enough. I have to face this fear. I can't stay stuck forever." So I made a decision. I joined an online English speaking group. It was a simple group call with other learners like me. Before the call, I was so nervous. My heart was beating fast. My hands were sweaty. My voice was shaking. But I still joined. I said, "Hello." I introduced myself. I made mistakes. But no one laughed. In fact, they supported me. And that small step changed everything. I started joining more calls. I started speaking more, even when I was scared. Slowly, my fear began to disappear. My confidence grew, and so did my English. That's the power of stepping out of your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be a big, scary jump. Just one small step, one brave moment can start your journey of change. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. So if you're stuck, if you feel like nothing is improving, ask yourself, am I staying too safe? Is it time to step out of my comfort zone? Remember, growth begins the moment you leave that warm, safe couch behind. Take that step. You'll thank yourself later. Let's break down a few common comfort zones, especially for English learners. Sometimes we don't even realize we're stuck. But once we notice these habits, we can start to change them. Here are a few examples. Always speaking in your native language. This is one of the biggest comfort zones. You understand your native language perfectly. You can express your feelings, your thoughts, and your ideas easily. So naturally, you avoid English because it feels difficult, slow, and awkward. You worry about making mistakes. You don't want to sound silly. So you think, why should I speak English if I can just say it in my language? But here's the problem. If you never use English, you'll never get comfortable with it. It's just like learning to swim. You can read books about it, but until you get in the water, you won't learn how to float. Speaking English might feel scary in the beginning, but the more you use it, the stronger you get. Even if it's just a few words a day, using English helps you grow. Avoiding challenges. This comfort zone is sneaky. You stay in your safe routine. You use the same simple words again and again. You only do easy exercises. You don't try writing, listening to fast conversations, or joining group discussions. You don't ask questions. You don't explore. Why? Because trying something new feels risky. You might fail. You might feel uncomfortable. So instead, you stick to what you already know. But here's the truth. Growth lives on the other side of challenge. You have to try harder things to get better. Make mistakes, learn from them, try using new words. Join that online class. Ask that native speaker a question. Yes, it's hard, but it's also how progress happens. Waiting for the perfect time. You tell yourself, I'll speak English when I'm ready. I'll join a group next month. I'll practice speaking when my grammar is better. But let me ask you, when is the perfect time? The truth is, it never comes. There's always something else to do. There's always fear in the background. So you keep waiting, and nothing changes. Here's the good news. You don't need to be ready. You just need to start. Start small. Say one sentence. Record your voice. Join a short call. Do it even if you're not perfect. Because waiting won't help you improve. Action will. Comfort zones feel safe, but they keep you stuck. If you want to grow, if you want to speak English confidently, you have to take that first uncomfortable step. It's okay to be scared. Just don't let fear stop you. Take action. Step out. Your future self will thank you for it. Now here's something powerful. Your comfort zone is not your friend. It wants you to stay small. But deep down, you know you want more. You want to grow. You want to be confident. You want to be free. And to do that, you must destroy your comfort zone. Let's talk vocabulary. Comfort zone, a place or situation where you feel safe and not stressed. Easy example. I don't speak English at work because it's outside my comfort zone. Real life example. She stepped out of her comfort zone and gave a speech in English. Challenge. Something difficult, but that helps you grow. Easy example. Learning 5 new words a day is a fun challenge. Real life example. This job is hard, but I love the challenge. Brave. Doing something even when you're scared. Easy example. He was brave and talked to a stranger in English. Real life example. You have to be brave to try new things. Now, let's talk about what happens when you destroy your comfort zone. You see, most people are scared to leave their comfort zone because it feels unfamiliar. But what if I told you that's where the magic happens? Once you step out, here's what starts to change. You become confident. Confidence doesn't appear overnight. It grows, slowly, step by step. The first time you speak English in front of others, it's scary. Your heart races, your hands sweat, but you survive. You did it. The next time, it's still scary, but just a little less. And the third time, you start to feel strong, proud, empowered. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And every time you face a fear, your comfort zone expands. You're not the same person anymore. You're becoming someone braver. You learn faster. Real learning doesn't just happen in textbooks. It happens when you use the language. When you speak, you make mistakes. When you make mistakes, you get feedback. And feedback helps you grow. Think about children. They don't learn to speak perfectly on day 1. They make funny sounds, say words wrong, but they keep going. And soon they speak fluently. Don't aim to be perfect. Aim to be bold. Because bold learners become fluent speakers. You meet amazing people. When you try something new, you open new doors. You might join an English group, an online class, or a language exchange app. Suddenly, you meet people from different countries, cultures, and backgrounds. People just like you, trying to grow, trying to learn, trying to be better. And guess what? You inspire each other. You laugh, learn, and connect. You make friends you never would have met, all because you stepped out. You feel alive. Staying in your comfort zone is like watching life from behind a window. Safe, quiet, repetitive. But when you break through, everything changes. You feel excited again, nervous, energized. Because you're not stuck anymore. You're growing. You're discovering new things, reaching new goals, becoming someone new. Growth gives life meaning. And once you feel it, you'll never want to stop. Let's say this powerful sentence together. I grow when I step out of my comfort zone. Say it softly first. Now a bit louder. Come on, say it with strength. I grow when I step out of my comfort zone. So, how can you begin today? Let me give you 5 small steps you can take, starting right now to break free from your comfort zone. Make one mistake. On purpose. Yes, really. Say something wrong. Use the wrong tense. Mispronounce a word. Why? Because it teaches you that mistakes are not dangerous. You'll realize nothing bad happens. And that's a powerful lesson. The more comfortable you are with mistakes, the faster you'll grow. Teach someone one English word. It could be a friend, a classmate, or even a family member. Just pick one word, explain what it means and how to use it. Now let's compare 2 people. Person A always waits for the perfect time, stays quiet, avoids mistakes, stays in the comfort zone. Person B speaks, even with mistakes, takes small risks, grows every day. 1 year later, person A is still stuck. Person B is fluent. Same goal, different actions, different results. Destroy your comfort zone and discover the amazing version of you that's waiting on the other side. Comfort feels nice, but growth feels better. Until next time, stay brave, stay strong, and keep learning.